Welcome back to Phoenix Point with Corconut, where last mission we picked up a lovely new assault rifle for Jacob Eber here, the Danchev AR, an acid-firing living assault rifle, which we are eager to test out. We did face quite a bit of corruption during the last couple of missions. So what we're doing at the moment is we are sending the gift and the scout back to Phoenix Omega for recovery, where we'll probably end up destroying some things in containment to harvest their mutagens and give our guys some well-deserved cure. It looks like the Tritons are ready for harvest. We do have a couple of those. We have a couple of recruits waiting to be picked up, but honestly we don't have any room for them. What we are doing in manufacturing right now is finishing the Helios. Once that is finished, the plan is to use the Helios as either another attack ship, or more likely we want to send it with the inaccessible and have it carry a vehicle for us. We want a Aspida. Now, we could make this right now. That would drop us down below 1,000 materials, but not have much impact on tech. But I'm really just waiting for the Helios to finish, because we have to make those in order anyway. So there's no point in wasting those materials now when we could be using those for trading. Let's go and look at what the Tenuous is doing. The Tenuous here is heading to trade with New Jericho. So while we wait for these two to arrive at their base, we're going to let those trades proceed. And this trade should give us tech for materials. And we definitely need materials. We have a whole lot of tech right now. So that's half of an Aspida right there. Very nice. Let's take a look at these other two. That's got plenty of materials to pick up there. And so does that one. So I think we'll send him there next. Meanwhile, this mission is about to expire. Start. Exploration site, abandoned haven. No hostile forces have been detected, but there are probably some resources we can find here. Search the area. Found 75 materials, 150 food, and a small cache. Great. That brings this team closer to more unexplored Europe here. We also have 2 new Jericho havens that we've just uncovered here, which is fantastic, although the trades here aren't that exciting. It's the opposite direction of what we like to trade with New Jericho, but there are a whole lot more New Jericho sites popping up soon. I'd really like to get on better terms with Anu, so we're going to head here next and do that trade with Anu. Pick up some materials in exchange for tech. Send you there. Pick up materials in exchange for tech. Looking pretty good. And what's this Anu base here have? Yeah, we're gonna pick up food there. Same as this trade. This is a food trade we're interested in. Unfortunately, I've been here recently, so they don't have any food to trade. We'll use that as a hopping point to head over toward Europe. Let's start exploration there and wait for these arrivals here. Here we're going to trade tech for food for sure. And I suppose we'll send you down to these new Jericho sites next. Let's actually take a look at how fast Sinedrian is recovering the materials. Yeah, they have no tech, so it's going to be a while, although maybe that was one. Okay, 150 tech there to go pick up. None there. So it looks like, yeah, we should wait for these to rebuild a little bit. Not quite ready to head back that direction, although there's a couple Anu sites up there I would like to trade with. Let's head down here to these new Jericho sites and trade for materials. Use up all this tech that we've been accumulating. Okay, Scout and Gift have arrived at Phoenix Omega, where there is a medical bay and no living quarters here, though. So I wonder if it makes sense to make a living quarters. Recover 2 stamina points per hour for each living quarters in the base, or instead, I think what we actually did was for the Scout, we made a hibernation pod. So a hibernation pod is a module we can put in our vehicles, and onboard personnel will recover stamina. So let's make actually another one of those for the inaccessible. Also getting a flash on personnel here because recruits are now available. A new recruit, strongman, trooper, and resourceful. I like that you dye your lovely beard green there, buddy. But Andrew Martino, that's a pretty nice perk. Assault rifle accuracy, but that's a heavy. Don't really need that. This is a sniper with cautious healer thief, which are all great perks. No, this one's not that great. Okay, yeah, we're not taking you, Zachary, sorry. We don't need to make any mutoids, although we can make infiltrator mutoids. We have one. We don't need any more. And containment, I think it's time to harvest here. Because as far as I know, these vivisections are underway, so we don't need those corpses anymore. The Arthron vivisection is actually just about to finish, so let's wait till that finishes before we destroy any Arthrons. But I'm pretty sure we can destroy that Akron. Where those show up in personnel. We do have an Akron to harvest, so we're going to go ahead and do that. We'll save these two until their autopsies are completed. Looking at the geoscape, we will watch as the healing progresses. Here's our Arthron vivisection. Summary: when kept in isolation, the Arthron's behavior seems to revert to the most basic animal functions. On the battlefield, they clearly rely on intelligent direction from some more intelligent Pandoran mutations. From what we can decipher, their language relates mostly to combat and killing, but mixed in with some strange references to an all-seeing entity. They are not independent beings, but are created by some kind of cloning process that constantly mutates in a similar manner to the RNA editing process first discovered in coleoid cephalopods. They have rudimentary language, vocabulary estimated at 450 words. AI reproduction of language was not able to elicit any useful information during interrogation except reference to a superior being. Behavioral and physiological analysis will give our operatives an advantage in combating Arthrons in the field. We did get up damage inflicted on Arthrons increase by 10%.
Have you ever thought about the ethics of our relationship with the Arthrons? We all say we're fighting to save humanity, but aren't they human, at least in part? They can speak, they can think.
If there was a way to save them, we'd do it, but there isn't enough humanity left in them to matter.
So would I. After all, in a way, they are part of us. Our friends, our families, all those who were taken from us. I would take them back, if I could.
Okay, that was just an opinion, I guess, from Sinedrian that they are interested in curing plague. We did get food harvesting technology out of that, which is interesting. So we are using up food at a constant rate. I'm not sure how much a food harvester gives you. We are going to put that at the end of the queue just because we literally have nothing else to research. But I'm not sure we're going to make those. Let's take a look and see. Going back to Geoscape, we are waiting for healing to happen. That was the gift actually arriving there. Let's take a look at the Air Force real quick, actually. So we do have the Gift and Tenuous as our two armed aircraft. What I'm remembering is, personnel-wise, Scout still has Armus Correa here. Armus Correa really should be living at Phoenix Omega for now. I do want to have 6 people aboard each aircraft, but we're only generally going to be taking 5 of them on missions because of the fact that vehicles take up 3 mission slots. So we'll have, like, in both of these groups, we'll have sort of an extra occasional person to take on missions. Charlie in particular, because he's a muton, he doesn't really level up the same way the others do. It's more, I guess he does? I don't know. There's leveling on mutoids I'm still a little confused by. But let's take a look at other personnel in general also. So back at regular personnel screen. A-team here, starting with Sophia. We're pretty happy so far with how she's been coming along, and I may multi-class her into a more hand-to-hand character style when those become available from Anu, I think. But we're going to leave her as is for now. She doesn't need handgun or PDW proficiency, and I don't want to give her a accuracy decrease so she's not taking reckless. Jacob, with 13 points, he's pretty much got the best armor we can give him now, although we will explore manufacturing in a second to make sure that's the case. For him, healer might make sense in the future, and probably not sniperist, because I don't want to give him a willpower loss, and I don't really plan on him being a sniper either. I think he's going to remain a medium range assault rifle user. Omar, biochemist, is really attractive here, and he does have 25 points. Biochemist means that he can inflict viral damage per bullet, which will go really well with rage bursts in the future, especially rage burst using some kind of automatic weapon that fires a lot of shots. I'm not sure what the plan is for multi-classing him, or if we will later, but we'll see about that. We're never going to give him cautious. I might give him resourceful eventually if we have a lot of points to burn, but for now I think we're going to actually give him biochemist. To use up his points. He has just about the best of what we can give him right now. He's carrying a few extra grenades for no particularly good reason. We still haven't unlocked flame grenades, which is crazy. I'm not sure why those haven't been unlocked yet. Takeshi. I pretty much want Takeshi to be our second close combat specialist. He does get access to rapid clearance now because he finally reached level 7. We haven't had a lot of chance to use this yet, honestly, but it's a thing that we will be using. Close quarter specialist, once we get more shotguns, I think it might make sense to make Takeshi another close range damage dealer. Plus with Thief and Healer on him, he's going to be pretty good. He's currently using the black and green Deimos AR assault rifle, which goes with a different character's armor, so I think I'm just going to switch you back to the regular looking one. Okay, the ammo's the same. And that brings us to Irina. Irina has 12 points left. She did reach level 7, which would give her marked for death. Which I think I do want to give her eventually. SP 30 though, so it's going to take a while for her to earn those points. So we'll hold off, I think, on putting her points anywhere else until that happens, but we'll see. She's currently wielding Pythagoras 7, the Synedrian laser rifle. She does have access to a Firebird or a Viara, but nothing from New Jericho yet. Let's actually take a look at Group 2, which starts with Charlie here. The Mutoid, we already talked about him. He's pretty much maxed out. Citizen Eileen, we haven't used her in a while. She has the right equipment, but I think we should give her a Hera. And ammo for the Hera. Definitely has the wrong ammo there. Is this it? No. Why don't we have Hera ammo? Is that going into manufacturing queue behind something? No. Okay. It worked that time. This is laser pistol ammo. That's the wrong ammo for your rifle. There we go. And I think also I like to have the grenade in the 3rd slot, so let me make sure everybody's set up that way. But I guess for the snipers, the pistol there is fine. No, I think I'd do this. Yeah. Okay, this is White Star. Still kind of low, even though 6th level. Not a lot of points spent in abilities yet. Juliana. Oh, already had the green Deimos, so I guess we must have had 2 of those. Interesting. No grenade here, though. And Mist, our other heavy. So Mist has been around for a lot of training. I think we're going to go ahead and give her War Cry. And she's currently using the Hell 2, which we have a few of. I'd also like her to carry a Goliath. And a medkit, along with a grenade. Standard kit out. Wonton Kila is another sniper on the B team. Again, we're going to give you, for some reason you're carrying a lot of ammo. Instead of that, we're going to give you a neural pistol, a med kit, and we should get another grenade. For some reason, grenades aren't showing up in your kit. There they are. They were just moved. Let's put that there and get rid of this Hydoimos. We'll use those in special cases. We need some ammo here for the Hera. And some additional ammo here. Let's rearrange these in a more sensible way. And I think that's it. So the only other thing that we need to do to get the second team fully up to speed is to get them going with an Aspida. Armor. We haven't really learned to make any interesting armor yet, although we do have access to Synedrian basic armor. It's not really that much better than what we already know how to do. Equipment-wise, we do have a few new things that we can make. In addition to a bunch of strange grenades, we do have combat shields, which it might makes sense to start handing these to our assault units. Even just carrying these around on their backs gives them protection from being shot in the back. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pop a couple of those into the queue. They are quite expensive at 130 materials each, so I'm wary of doing too many of those. But what I want to do is start spreading those out one at a time to each of our A and B teams. I think we also need to make some Nerazers for the B team, right? Because Nerazers we could put in Fursa and Juliana's hands. I don't think they have them yet. Nope. So let's go ahead and make sure we're making a couple of those. Or that we have them. Maybe we have them already. Don't want to waste them if we already have them. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, no spare Nerazers, so let's make 2 of those. We do have the ability to make a shotgun. I think I'm going to make another one of these for Takeshi. And maybe we'll start putting Takeshi to work as a close quarters guy. Cyclops SR7, so there's a sniper rifle from New Jericho. Effective range is only 45, but it does do pretty high damage. How does that compare to the Sinedrian one? It does more damage, but the range is so much shorter. I think we're going to keep using the Sinedrian sniper rifles for now. I think the range advantage is the main reason you have sniper rifles, so don't sacrifice that. The VDM Defender is a nice PDW. I believe that is going to be better in the short term than the crossbow that our one guy he can use PDWs wielding, but I think we'll stick with the crossbow for now just for the silence and because he's tricked out as a stealth guy. We also have the New Jericho Gauss machine gun, which basically competes with the tier autocannon, I think, for the heavy weapons main weapon. So tier 1 is 60 damage, 5 shred, 100 shock for a burst of 3, so it does 180 damage and lots of shock, which stuns. The Deceptor, 12 burst, so damage comparison here, that's 420 damage versus 180 from the tier 1, so that's quite a damage increase. The effective range is less, but the total ammo capacity is 60, so I'm imagining this with a rage burst would be pretty incredible. So we're going to pump one of those out because we only have one heavy who's really capable of using that to the fullest. And then we're going to ignore the Gauss Assault Rifle and the Ion Fury for now because I think those are pretty subpar compared, or relatively the same as what we're already using, so not something I'm gonna really expend too much time on. Okay, back to Geoscape. Let's finally get the show on the road. We are looking at Scout, waiting for these people to recover. And we did find Santa Claus's dead exploration site. The Inaccessible has landed near an abandoned colony of 6 trucks, convoy of 6 trucks. Our operatives have searched the cargo containers and discovered that they were all carrying toys and games for children. We could disassemble the toys for parts, or we could distribute the toys to Havens. Well, obviously, there are children alive. Let's send them the toys. Growing up in this broken world can't be easy. It's our duty to do what we can to make life easier for our children. +3 across the board attitude adjustment. Very nice. So that's a sweet little prize for us. That made New Jericho happy enough that they shared some research with us. New Jericho combat armor and neural implant technology. New Jericho's combat armor is based on the tactical armor initially developed by Vanadium Incorporated, a company founded by Tobias West that became the core of New Jericho. The initial design largely consisted of an exoskeleton operated via advanced hydraulics with additional plating to protect the user from high-caliber rounds. But the current version has been enhanced and extended in a variety of ways, with emphasis on modularity and customization. Additional weapons and equipment can be attached to the plating and the power unit, allowing for a variety of configurations. Ooh, neat. We also learned about neural implant technology from them. After an extensive testing program, direct control of weapons and mounted equipment is now possible with cranial input hubs. The cranial implant procedure has proven to be relatively painless and allows an individual to coordinate weapon systems by sight and thought. Huh. So we're going to accept both of those. It'll take a few hours to fully understand those, but that's kind of exciting. Back to the geoscape. We are, let's see, the exploration here by Inaccessible was just finished. We're gonna hop through these, I guess, or maybe actually we'll go over here to Spain and then come back. Everybody else, the gift is fine. You guys are recovering and you are traveling there. Let's do this trade. Exchanging materials for tech. Back up above 2,000 materials. Our tech's getting a little bit low. I think we'll be able to do a couple more trades here though. And let's keep an eye on this and start this exploration. Trade for materials. Food for materials. I don't think we're gonna do that trade actually, so that was a wasted trip. Let's take a look at the rest of these. Not going to do that one. That one looks reasonable. What about this Sinedrine over here? Is that a place where we can trade? Unfortunately, the trade's going the wrong direction. Oh no, that's right. 8 for 2 food for tech. That actually isn't that terrible. Let's go here first. And we are waiting for this exploration to finish. We will do a... wait. I thought I decided not to come here. Damn it. This one was the one I meant to send them to. The temple. The Inaccessible has detected an abandoned structure on landing. Our operatives have been able to identify it. Someone has constructed a huge metal spire, welding together hundreds of pieces of abandoned junk into this strange object that, at 20 to 30 meters in height, towers over the landscape around it. We should take off and leave the location undisturbed, or ransack the structure for materials. You know, somebody went to the trouble of making this thing. It's just somebody's art project. I'm not going to break it. Perhaps this is some sort of holy site. It seems wrong to destroy it. The disciples of Anu's attitude went up by 3 for that. Great. Alright. We are actually over here near a base. This team does have some damage, but there's no medical facilities here. What I think we should do is either build medical facilities or aim toward unlocking a base in this area. Simon's Memorial Base has medical facilities. That might be worth doing. Phoenix Avionics here has medical facilities and has living quarters. Plus some storage. That might be worth it. Yeah, so I think that's actually what we're going to do. This place, where is that? Like northwest of India. In the mountains. Maybe that's like Tibet. Let's turn this base on. We haven't activated a base in a while. That's going to be a huge hit, I think. Only 720. Okay, so that's not as bad as I had expected. Let's turn that one on. We're also going to want to make sure that the living quarters and medical bay are restored. There is an energy generator pumping out energy. Let's repair the vehicle bay and the store as well. That brings us down to about 1,000 materials, so we're going to want to go get some tech so that we can buy a bunch of materials back. Meanwhile, these guys are going to continue exploring, and they're going to make their way back toward that base. So let's hop over to these islands west of Italy, which I forget the name of. And we'll finish trade here. But I think we want to go trade materials for tech next. So that means heading all the way back over here to the Synedrian areas we found so far. I think these should be... They should have a reasonable amount of tech by the time we get back there. Yeah, so we're gonna head back that way. How is Scout doing? We are slowly recovering here. Inaccessible, we should really remember to manufacture another hibernation pod for. Unless we already have one. No, yeah, let's put another hibernation pod in the queue. Which is here. And then let's start exploration here. Keep our eye on Scout.
Research complete.
Alright, we finally finished our Triton vivisection, which gives us a damage bonus, 10% damage bonus to Tritons. There is evidence that the specimen used to be human, but was subjected to violent mutation. The creature appears to have been engineered with the goal of acting as an infiltrator, combining speed and camouflage capabilities taken from marine and land species. The specimen has proven devious in its attempts to escape, suggesting it has retained a significant part of its human intelligence, yet all attempts to communicate with it have failed. Attempts to restore the creature's mind process to its human state have also proven unsuccessful. Alright, so that is an indication that we can pulverize these Arthrons and Tritons for mutagens. And now we can go through our pretty badly corrupted team. And what I want to do is anybody who's corrupted... hold on. Starting with Sophia. Anybody who's corrupted up to 50. So she's got 3 points of corruption. That would be 25 to cure 3 points. Here we have... so 25 divided by 3 is like 8 point something point mutagens per point. Here we have 50 points to cure 5 points. So that's 10 to cure. So it's actually more expensive to cure his corruption per point than it is to cure Sophia's corruption. So I'm thinking you want to consider that. Like I think when it gets to 4 points, it might still only be 25 to cure. And likewise here, 6 points is only 50 to cure. So 6 divided by 50, or sorry, 50 divided by 6 is only 8 point something points per. So it's just as cheap to cure him once he reaches 6 as it is to cure Sophia. It's like the same cost. But here at 550 it's actually more expensive. Which is a weird quirk of how they divided the points. Like this is very expensive at like 12 points per cure or 12 mutagens per point. And look at that, at 4, it's already 50. So the cheapest points to cure them, I think, are when they're at 3 corruption, like this. Or 6 corruption, like this. But it's very expensive to cure them if they only have 2 points of corruption or 4 points of corruption. And 5 is kind of on, I'm kind of on the fence about, but I think I would wait till he gets another point of corruption to cure him. Alright, back to the Jewscape. We're still waiting for them to heal. The exploration over here is still going on. And people are coming off healing. Ooh, we researched the Disciples of Anu shotgun. So let's compare that one to the one that we just put in our manufacturing queue, the Immersi. I think shotguns will show up here. Yeah. Disciples of Anu shotgun. Not seeing it. I thought research... Oh, there it is. Iconoclast. Okay, burst 10, damage 35. That's pretty nice. 350 damage. Effective range is 8, takes 2 action points, and ammo capacity is 50. Compare that to the Mercy. Burst is only 8. Effective range is longer at 10, but generally we're trying to get point blank to use this anyway. And ammo capacity is 48, so you get 6 shots with this one, I think, and the Iconoclast will give you 5 shots, is how I'm reading that. But the damage will be 350 for Iconoclast versus 350 minus 70 is 280 for this. So damage output is going to be higher, much higher per shot. But you're going to have fewer shots overall before reloading. I think it's probably worth dropping the Mercy from our queue. I think I just accidentally dropped the Nurazer. Yeah, let's drop the Mercy. I dropped a Nurazer again. What? So, we're a little bugged on queue management here. Let's put Nurazer back in. And we'll put an Iconoclast in there instead of a Mercy. Okay. Back to Geoscape. We're almost healed. We did find behind the walls. The inaccessible has landed in the remains of a gated community. Judging from the design, this place was built in the early days of the Second Mist, when the upper classes abandoned the cities. The place seems to be in relatively good shape, if somewhat overgrown. Perhaps there are survivors. We're definitely going to investigate this. The more our operatives investigate, the stranger the situation gets. It's not entirely clear, but evidence seems to suggest that the inhabitants of the gated community actually killed each other following a dispute about an inheritance. The turrets meant to defend the compound's walls are turned towards the inside, and the lush gardens are full of shattered skeletons. The only thing really worth scavenging is the VR entertainment system, 165 tech. That's a nice tech overhaul. That replenishes a lot of the tech we just spent in unlocking Phoenix Base 9, which I'm going to actually go here now. And we should build a radar. That's going to cost 250 materials, 100 tech. Great. Meanwhile, the inaccessible here will head toward the tip of Italy. Okay, back to the gift, who we would really like to get you guys on a mission soon. Almost rested. Wow, inaccessible. We do have some pretty heavy damage on Eileen, I just noticed. Let's do one more explore, and then let's head you off to somewhere where you can recover. And let's let Tenuous is still heading up. Let's do Scout here, and hopefully we will get a full recovery any second now. New aircraft available. Okay, where are we going to put this? Phoenix storage is there. Phoenix R&D way over there. Phoenix Delta. We should probably put this at the base that they're heading to, which is the new one. We just unlocked Phoenix Avionics. That kind of makes sense, right? Oh, how come I can't? There we go. Phoenix Avionics. Great. So with that done, unfortunately we're not in a position, because of all this other stuff that I'm putting in the queue, to make the vehicle that I want to make there, which is the Aspida. Mainly we're out of tech. Let's let all of this other stuff process, and then we'll do some trade missions soon. I think we're actually already on the way to try to trade for some tech. How is the Scout doing? Pretty good. Did we actually finish? No, the exploration is still going on here.
The New Jericho Haven is under attack.
Fort Harshaw. Alright, well, so I was planning on sending the team to saving Helena, but I think we're gonna probably stop here instead. And in fact, the only one who's damaged right now is Irina. I guess we'll give her a few more seconds of healing. Nothing found at that exploration site, so these are also going to head here for healing. And way back here on the other side of the Earth, we also want to come up with a new name for Helios 6. You are gonna finish healing. Come on, you can do it. Here's a trade we want to do. We're trading 4 tech. Is that 8 food for 2 tech? Yeah, that makes sense. Kind of low on food there, but we'll be fine. And that does bring us plenty of tech. We're gonna go ahead and send you over here so you can do more material for tech trades. How are we doing with the scout? So close to being healed. Okay, there's the heal. We're gonna send you. Oh, we may have taken too long. Attack and force points 11, defending force points 1. I think we're probably too far away to help. We're gonna head down that way, and if the haven is lost, we will divert back to saving Helena.
Research complete.
We did finish researching food harvesting technology with a kind of an X-ray of a human thoracic cavity here, possibly looking ominous. After a series of failed experiments, the science team has finally managed to extract edible biomass from Pandoran specimens. Ooh, seafood. While the taste remains terrible, it is a first step in ensuring that the Phoenix Project personnel have the necessary nourishment. As long as live specimens are brought from the field, they can be transformed into rations. In order not to cause disruption or morale issues, all information regarding Project Cornucopia has been compartmentalized. Only individuals with Harvester access clearance are allowed to perform the procedure. Food can now be produced from captured Pandorans in the Pandoran containment facility. Oh, disgusting.
Are you aware of the legend of Fort Bacon? It's a tall tale, a myth of the post-apocalypse that circulates among our soldiers. It tells of a haven where people have found a way to safely eat the Pandorans, which, if reports are to be believed, actually taste of bacon. It's a very human response, I suppose, not unlike the utopias dreamed up by medieval peasants. But despite what Synedrian may tell us, there is no land of plenty, no secret haven ruled by Prester John. The reality of this world is constant struggle against infection. And I wonder, has the Phoenix Project forgotten that? Have you decided to set up your own little cockaigne, where the corpses of our enemies are a source of health and happiness?
Harvesting nutrients from Pandorans is a pragmatic choice guided by reason. Yeah, I suppose. Partaking of the flesh of the enemy is a step towards learning to exist in the new world. Process is entirely safe. Opposing it because of misophobia is absurd. Yeah, New Jericho, come on, misophobia.
To recognize the nature of the war we are fighting is not a type of phobia. I do not ascribe quasi-magical abilities to the Pandorans. I merely understand that reasonable precautions are essential. How many innocents died in shelters that were supposed to be safe? How many armies were wiped out by nothing more than clouds of mist? We should never underestimate the Pandora virus.
Fair enough, but that was a pretty bad attitude to hit. Luckily, I had recently gotten an attitude bump from them, so it's a wash. I have a feeling we're not going to make it in time to save your base down here. How are we doing on getting into trades?
Construction complete.
New Jericho combat armor research complete. We did read this earlier. That is an anvil helmet. These are heavy leg armor, heavy body armor with jet jump. So quite likely better than our current heavy armor. Eidolon, this is their sniper armor, which also looks potentially better. I'm not sure. We'll have to compare. We also got a message about manufacturing. What did that say? Store. We finished the store. Alright, manufacturing wise, we had something new. I think it was armor, right? Yeah, armor we can make now. Here we go. The War Dog helmet, the War Dog leg armor, and body armor. And it did... Oh, that's the assault stuff that we got earlier. So yeah, probably pretty good. Then we got the Anvil 2, which we will compare to our stuff, and then the Eidolon. So all of the new Jericho armor is now available to us, as well as the Sanhedrian armor. Still waiting on some things to finish manufacturing, and it does seem unlikely that we're going to make it in time to save that haven. This is going to deplete us badly on materials, which means I don't think it's going to make sense to spend much time here trading for materials. Do these guys have tech for food trades? There's no trade available there. This one does have tech for food, so we'll head there next. We really want materials, so actually I might skip that and head to this one. Inaccessible, you guys are heading here to get healed, which should heal and replenish your stamina. And Scout didn't make it in time, so instead we're going to divert here to saving Helena. And Helios, you know what? We need to rename the Helios. What are we going to call this? So we have the gift tagging the Scout. We have Helios is going to be tagging along with the Inaccessible. So we're going to call this Carrier, because it's going to carry our vehicle for those guys. Alright, back to Geoscape. We will wait for that to arrive, and we will wait for these ships to arrive. There we go. We'll watch you guys heal for a bit. But Citizen Eileen is happy that she's getting some healing finally. Finishing a lot of manufacturing, and we did get to saving Helena at New Jericho. Our latest intelligence suggests that New Jericho is keeping Dr. Lewandowski in a high-security lab. Secure the compound so that we can get the doctor and her valuable work out of the hands of Tobias West. So this is probably going to make New Jericho angry at us. Let's go take a look at personnel. This is the A-team. So these, starting with Sophia. We did just manufacture a bunch of new stuff, so I think we should have finished the Iconoclast, or no? Okay, no, we have 2 Nerazers and the Iconoclast still coming. What we did finish, though, which we can give to both Jacob and Takeshi, are shields. So we're going to put these in their hands instead of the grenades. We're going to give a shield to both Takeshi and Jacob. Oh, and yeah, we're going to drop the Sanhedrian. Actually, no, you're keeping that just in case this is weird, we decided. Yeah, that's why you're carrying so much. Takeshi, your loadout is normal, but potentially we're going to switch you to a shotgun. And did we make the machine gun for Omar? And Fury 2 missile. What? Where do we have a? Do we have a rocket launcher? New Jericho missile launcher rocket. So we have some ammo for that, but I don't think we know how to make a missile launcher yet. But we did make the Gauss machine gun. We're going to put that in your hands instead of the tier 2 for now. Or sorry, instead of the tier 1. And give you some backup ammo for it. And I think that's it. Column B. Yep. You have some. You could put on some fancy looking Golem B armor if you want. Instead of that standard stuff you're wearing. Give you stuff that matches your helmet. Kind of like the look of the standard version better. Let's keep you in that. Okay, and for some reason that also destroyed your mount. So I think we're ready to go. Everybody's been upgraded, has all the weapons they want, and we are ready to go. I think we're going to save that for a next episode, however. So thank you so much for watching. This has been Corknut playing Phoenix Point unmodded. I hope you're enjoying the series. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. And I hope to see you next time. Until then, bye-bye.